Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. You're watching JCTV playing on the Xbox One console. This is a Westbridge Hills Wednesday, episode number 4. Thanks for tuning in, folks. So, bad news first. We got saddled with this $49,000 property maintenance fee again. This looks like to be an everyday occurrence. It actually went up by $3, so it's increasing. This is terrible. I've got to come up with 50 grand a day before I can even start work. Um, this is just very, very disheartening. I literally have to do $50,000 in contract work before I can even start my day. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get this out of the way really quickly. I promise it won't be that painful. We'll get through it as quick as we can. We're going to do as much of these fertilizing jobs as we can to make up this 50 grand. And then once we have that 50 grand, we can actually start doing some real work. So, without further ado, let's start looking for contracts here. We're going to start with field number 7 for $13,000. And we're going to drive around to the back of the farm, pick up the fertilizer spreader, attach it to the back of a tractor, and just start driving around the farm, fertilizing people's fields. Because for some odd reason or another, with no physical alterations done to this land whatsoever, we get saddled with a $49,000 property maintenance fee, which is completely unfair. Although, it does give me something to do. We do have other things that need to be done. We have to fertilize our own fields, for one, and we have to come up with money for that. We do have $110,000, but tomorrow we're going to be 50 grand short. So we're going to be down to 60,000. And then the day after that, 10,000. So if we don't do $50,000 in contract work each day, we are flat out just losing money. All right, so we've got the fertilizer spreader. We're going to fill it up over here, and then we will truck on over to field number 7 and start fertilizing that field. I was actually hoping to maybe explore that animal pen down at the other end of the map there, just outside of our farm, just to see what actual animals can be put there. I think it's sheep. I'm almost positive it's sheep, but if it is sheep, maybe we'll buy some. But that all depends on how much money we can make from fertilizing today, because wow, I can't even begin to think what we're going to do in the winter time, because for the 3 days of winter, we've got to come up with 150 grand. We can't farm in the winter, and I don't think there's any contracts available in the winter time, so we've got to store up $150,000 worth of extra money just to compensate for those 3 days that we're on this map. All right. Anyways, okay, so here we are at field number 7, starting this $13,000 job. All right, so we're going to start this, and then through the magic of TV, we're going to skip to the end and show you the end of it. There's no sense. I think we're doing about 5 or 6 different contract jobs today, so why don't we just skip right to the end. Here is the end of field number 7. The field is now complete. We will load up the contract and collect our money. There we go, $13,000 minus the cost of fertilizer. And now we're going to pick up another job real quick. Let's see here, where are we going? Let's check out the size of field 13. Where are you? You're over here. That's a moderate size, and it pays quite a bit. All right, so we're accepting the job at field number 13. Let's head over there. So here we are, finishing up the contract on field number 13. Here is the end of that right here. Well on our way to making our 50 grand. All right, so there's another 20,000. Let's do another contract. Let's get this out of the way so we can actually start doing what we wanted to do. Let's start with the next highest one, field number 12 for $12,000. Let's head on over to field number 12. All right, so here we are finishing up the contract on field 12. That's done. There's the $12,000 in our pocket, and the next highest contract is $10,265 on field 2. So we'll get that out of the way. Let's accept that contract. We'll make our way over to field number 2. What a process this is every day, eh? Here's the end of the contract on field number 2. We're now at $169,000 or $163,000, adding $10,000 to the pot. And the next contract job is for $8,200. So let's head on over there. Here is the end of that contract job, now at $172,000 plus the 8 that we're making from this contract. Here we go. And are we going to do another one? Oh, that one is 33,000, but that field is huge. Oh, everyone needs to be fertilized. Yeah, field number 9 is the big one. I don't know if we're going to be doing any more contract work today. Those fields are pretty monstrous. Although we could use, that's like $70,000 right there. Huh. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up. All right, so no more contract work. Let's drive the fertilizer spreader back to our farm because now we have to fertilize our own fields because we are on day 3 of late spring. We need to fertilize before autumn kicks in and harvesting, and those crops should be germinated by now, and we can commence the first stage of fertilizing with the first stage of growing, and then fertilize them again tomorrow with the second stage of growing, thus maximizing our crop yield and potentially making a lot of money because we have no choice. We have to start farming to get past this property maintenance fee. I can't get over that. $50,000 a day just to occupy the farm. And really, if you think about it, what am I doing with it? I'm putting my tractors and machines in a shed. So I'm wondering if I can actually sell that property, forego the property maintenance fee, but then I won't have a silo. Dilemma. I need to put the crops in a silo until the prices are high enough to sell them. So we've got to come up with a solution here. I've got to get rid of this property and still find somewhere to put my crops. I don't really know what to do. Maybe let's think about that for a little while. Maybe we'll sell that land and then sell the land we're sitting on. Maybe we can purchase a smaller land and just drive all our machines over there. Who knows? All right, so what we're going to do is drive over to our field over here. Field number 16. We'll set the worker to fertilize and then we'll go do something else. I want to go check out that animal pen so we can go and do that. All right, let's unfold the fertilizer sprayer. We'll fertilize the other field after this one. We're just going to hire the worker to do it. Field's not that big. It's not going to cost that much in worker wages, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's just jump out and get out of the way of the sprayer, and then we'll just walk on back over to the shed, jump in another tractor, and we will start looking at that animal pen. I'm thinking, regardless of what animal is in there, we need to customize a tractor for a front-loading attachment. And that can be done right at our workshop. We don't have to go all the way to the shop to do that. You can customize it right from the workshop. We will have to go to the shop to buy all that stuff, though, because you can't reset it to this farm that we pay this enormous maintenance fee for. This maintenance fee better cover snow removal in the wintertime. I'm just saying. If I have to plow my own snow paying 50 grand a day, I'm not going to be very happy. All right, so let's check out, let's see if we can add the front loading attachment to this little Stera tractor first. Something tells me that we won't be able to. We might have to attach it to the John Deere, but let's check this out first. Now we can just drive this over to the workshop just across the field here, across the yard. Check and see if we can add a front loading attachment to this little Stera tractor. All right, we'll hit customize, and no, we cannot add a front loading attachment, so that's no go for the Stera. All right, so we'll put that back and we'll go and grab the John Deere, and that will be our animal tractor with the front loading attachment. So it doesn't matter which animal goes in that pen, we require a tractor with front loading attachments, probably a pallet fork and a universal bucket, just to clean up after whatever animal's in there. I'm almost positive it's sheep. So let's go see. First things first, let's stick a front loading attachment on this John Deere. It should only cost about $1,500. And then we have to buy the attachments as well. Perfect. Front loading, yes. And the engine can stay the same and the wheel setup can stay the same. We just require the front loading attachment. And again, I was right, 1,500 bucks. All right, so regardless, let's try and put that maintenance fee out of our head. We just can't go past $50,000. So as long as we spend our money wisely, we should be able to outfit a small animal operation without going under $50,000, so that tonight, when midnight rolls around, that maintenance fee doesn't bankrupt us. And we don't have to do 50 contracts tomorrow to make up for the lost money. All right, so we got our front loading attachment, we've got our universal bucket, and we've got our bale spikes. All right, so let's head on over to the shop and we'll pick this stuff up. It's a good thing the shop isn't very far away. It's not a very far drive. It's just up the hill here in Westbridge Hills. All right, here we are, arriving at the shop. All right, so we're going to attach our front loading attachment. And what are we going to take first? The bale spikes or the bucket? I tried earlier to put the bale spikes in the bucket, carry it all at the same time, and it didn't really work. So here we are taking them one at a time. Take the bucket first and drop that off, and we'll come back and get the bale spikes. But then we'll see what, while we drive it over there, we'll just see what types of animals. Again, I'm almost 100% positive it's sheep, but I don't want to be too certain. It's just at the end of this road here. All right, coming up over this little hill, you'll start to see the animal pen. There it is. The little shed there. You can see the food and water trough. And the only reason I think that it's going to be sheep is that there's a collection bin over here, possibly for wool. Let's go and check this out. All right, and survey says what kind of animals are in here. It is sheep. Right on. Okay, so let's look at the type of sheep. We want a sheep that produces a lot of wool, and that's basically what we want. So I think we're going to go with Suffolks. I don't think we're going to go with Dorsets. And I don't think we're going to go with Merinos. If you read the description there, you'll see why. The Suffolk sheep um, produce the most amount of wool and require the least amount of feed. And they mature slowly, and they give birth to fair size calves that we could probably sell once we get enough. So we need to pick a number, and we need to build to that number of sheep so that we can keep a running inventory. Let's say hypothetically we wanted to keep 100 sheep, and every time a sheep is born we sell it. So we always have 100, and then if 20 of those sheep give birth, we can sell 20 sheep. I think 100 is a nice round number, but we don't have enough money for 100 sheep right now. So I think we're only going to buy a few. We're not going to buy Dorpers either. Um, the name just sounds funny. Derpers, Dorpers. Either way, let's buy some Suffolks. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so 10 sheep cost us 5 grand and $1,000 to deliver them because we don't have an animal wagon. Now, we need to put some water in the trough, and we need to put some grass in the feeding bin. So starting with the water, the Seasons mod came with a very cost-effective water pump that you can attach to the water trough, and it will constantly drip into the water trough, filling up your water. So you don't require a water tank or a refillable station. But the only catch is you need to own the land before you install the water pump, which we don't. So let's go see, where are we here? Right over here. And it's $138,000. We can't afford, well, we could afford to buy the land, but we'd be broke tomorrow. So we cannot afford to buy the sheep pen to add the water pump. So that seems kind of a waste to spend $138,000 to buy a $5,000 water pump. So let's go look at the water trailer. We're going to have to spend $9,500 on the water trailer. So let's do that. And then, of course, we need grass. So we're going to have to go buy a mower. And right now, my plan is to just attach the mower to the front of the tractor and pull the loading wagon behind it and fill it up as we mow. Because we can't really afford a rear mower to put everything in nice little windrow patterns. So let's just buy a really cheap loading wagon. This is the cheapest one here for $46,000. It's got a 23,000 liter capacity for grass. That should do just fine now because we only have 10 sheep. So we'll buy these two items, and then we'll zip on over to the store and pick those up, and then we'll bring those back. So let's go and do that now, and then we'll pick up the bale spikes too, I believe. And we're going to have to detach the front loading attachment to get the mower, but we'll worry about that later. Let's go and round up all of our equipment. All right, so we've just picked up the water trailer from the store, and I noticed that there was a water fountain here in the front of our house. So let's see if we can free fill the water tank up here without costing any money. It does not look like this water fountain is operational. It may just be a decoration at this point. So I don't think, nope, it's not going to let us fill anything up here. Let's see here. Is there a water filling station anywhere on this $49,000 a day farm? I still got to plow those fields. And we'll do that after the first harvest. I don't see a water station anywhere. Dilemma. I don't even see a pond or anything that we can back this trailer into to fill it up. Where is the water? I don't see the water. All right, let's just drive around the farm. There's got to be something here. No, that is a sandbox and a flagpole. Oh, this might be it here. Oh, yep, that was it. Turn around. So we've got a windmill water pump, as well as a water fountain in front of our house. Well, that's good. Let's fill up some water, and it does appear to be free, so that's perfect. Any free water is good water. We're down to $86,000. So tomorrow, actually, it's 86 minus the 50, so we're down to $36,000 in liquid cash, I guess you can call it. All right, so let's drive this on over to the sheep pen, and we'll fill up the sheep. How's our worker doing there? He's not done fertilizing yet. We still have to get him over to this larger field to fertilize that. All right, arriving back at the sheep, let's fill up the water. And I'm looking at that food pen there. There already appears to be grass in it. You can't tell me that I just spent $46,000 on a loading wagon when the grass automatically fills up. That's it's kind of making me a little upset. It's probably my fault. I should have researched that. But yeah, it's full of grass. Let's check the animal menu here. The sheep, yeah, look at that. It's got it's 1,500 liters of grass already in the trough. And I didn't even put anything in there. So I'm guessing Westbridge Hills gives you free grass and free water. Well, that would have been nice to know. So what I'm going to do is going to keep the loading wagon and the mower, just in case this is temporary. So I'll keep some grass. After a couple of days, if I find that the grass is auto-filling itself, then we'll just sell the mower and the loading wagon. Let's go pick up those two items right now. All right, and we're back with the mower and the loading wagon, and this was my plan. Now that the worker is done fertilizing this field, we already put them over in the other field. So we're just going to drive around our existing field, run the mower, and pick up the grass behind it. And then we're just going to put a moderate amount of grass into the loading wagon, just enough to get us through a short period of time. We're not going to fill it all the way up. So mowing grass is just about as much fun as watching grass grow. So let's skip to the end of this little mowing session here. All right, so we're arriving back at the sheep pen. Our loading wagon is full of grass, just about 3/4 of the way. We don't need it full. It kind of looks like I did a stupid thing and purchased the loading wagon, but we didn't need it because this grass seems to be auto-filling. It's full now. So there we go. I'm hoping it auto-fills because then I can just sell this loading wagon and the mower and get some of our money back anyway. All right, and we'll just leave all this stuff here. We don't need to take the mower with us. We'll just put it right here beside the loading wagon. All right. Looks good. We've got some sheep. And we just have to wait for the wool to start producing. And that will be that. This map is just full of surprises. 50 grand a day, free grass, free water, and no notes anywhere stating that this was happening. I'm going to make it my mission to get out of paying that $49,000 maintenance fee every day. It just doesn't seem right, being overly taxed. All right. Let's go spend a little bit more money, I think. All right, Suffolk sheep. There we go. Let's buy 10 more. There we go. Now we've got 20 sheep. Since grass appears to be free, and so is water. All right. So we'll fill that up one more time with grass and water, just because I like everyone to be nice and healthy and full. And then we'll just sit back and wait for the wool production to start. And then that will be that. We've already got that. You can see the worker fertilizing our field off in the distance there. So we're down to $79,620, or as of midnight, $29,618. So day one of summer, we're going to have to do another $50,000 worth of contract work, plus more, just to make up some cost. Maybe we'll buy some more sheep. Who knows? Maybe that will be our mission. We'll run those 2 fields and just a crap load of sheep. Maybe that's what we'll do. I'm thinking that's the plan. Let's have these 2 fields and a very lucrative wool business. So the fertilizer tank is empty on the worker, so we're going to have to fill that up, and then he can continue fertilizing. But I think we are going to wrap this up for the day, folks. That is all that we're going to accomplish. Thanks again for tuning in. Your viewership, again, is always appreciated. You're watching JCTV playing Farming Simulator 19 on the Xbox One console. This was Westbridge Hills Wednesday, episode number 4. Have a great day, folks, and for now, this is JCTV saying, see you later.